Okay, so commuting, still standing by the mandates of our state to stay at home.
Yep.
So how does that work?
Also, first of all, you have to get out of bed.
Yep.
Yep, and get dressed.
Yep.
Do your hair.
Okay.
Yeah, and then go downstairs and get your coffee.
Okay. So far, normal routine.
So normal routine. But now switch up where you take your coffee.
Oh.
Right? So if you typically sit in your office and have coffee,
Yeah.
sit in your living room.
Huh.
I did this on Sunday. To be honest, I was in a bad mood Sunday because I'm like, this is the first Easter I've not been with family in 15 years.
Weird
and all that
Easter.
kind of stuff. It was weird. But so I decided to we have leather swivel chairs in the living room. So I turned those around and looked outside and just watched it snow.
Yeah.
And drank my coffee, read the paper. I actually purposely got the paper when quarantine started to have delivered on Sundays just to switch up the thing.
Yeah.
And so that was nice. But the other night, I usually sit on the head of the table. We have a big long rectangle table.
Yeah.
I usually sit on the right side head. And so I set the table and I like cooking dinner. So I cooked dinner and I sat down on the left side head. And my wife's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm just getting different perspective. And she's like, really?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I need to change up my perspective today. And so I sat there. Then, with work, I usually sit in my office chair, and then I have a big armchair in my office or a leather couch. And so I chose to sit in the leather couch when I did my last Zoom meeting. And I think it just helps trick the mind a little bit.
Yeah, it feels new.
It feels new.
The other day I went into my guest bedroom and realized I never spend time in there because it's the guest bed. Like,
why would you?
Yeah, it's
Unless
not
you're sick.
Right, it's not a room that I spend any time in. And so going into that room and setting up a little, makeshift office, just my laptop and some music and coffee. And it felt like a new space. Like it felt like I had gone somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I think it triggered some creativity. It triggered me feeling refreshed a little bit. And so I've been trying, like you have, to go to different places or sit differently than I normally do and change up some of my perspective. Yeah. Not so much the structure, because I think that's so important right now, but the like, where am I sitting? Like, am I sitting on the love seat instead of the couch?
Right. Yep.
Because
that makes a difference.
It does something to our brains.
Well, and so at Mayfield Counseling Centers, we do a team meeting every couple of weeks, and then we do drop-in Zoom every week just to check on people, and then we also do like our consultation groups and that kind of stuff. And I noticed this last week when we did the consultation, there were a couple of you that were sitting outside.
Yeah.
It was nice outside, sit outside. I think that's a great perspective too. We live in Monument, so the weather has not been warm enough to do that yet. But when it does, I'm putting all my outdoor furniture together, and we're gonna create that. But I even think it switches up the brain a little bit, but it doesn't create a Groundhog Day type moment,
right?
Because you look at the movie, Bill Murray was trying his best to break out of this and doing different things to help jolt it, but it kept on.
But it would have been very different if he'd gone to a different town every day.
Yeah, right. So. Follow that logic for a second. And okay, I got you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like if he had woke up in the morning and said like, oh, I'm going to go to New York today, spend all my money on travel plans because I'll just wake up in the morning here again. Like if it would have been a very different movie if it had just been him traveling on a Tuesday.
So so travel to your different rooms.
Yeah.
I've encouraged patients and clients that we've seen that switch up where they do therapy with me.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're sitting in the car. Sometimes they drive down to the park and stay in their car. Sometimes they're in their office. Sometimes I had one client, only peace they could find was in the bathroom with the fan on.
That makes sense.
But that's what happens when you have, you're now homeschool parent and you're now working from home and you're now doing all that kind of stuff. So
the chamber of solace.
Yeah. Get creative. And I would encourage you though, to send us your pictures of how you're getting creative. Send them to candid@mayfieldcounseling.com or is that the best one?
Yeah, probably to get a hold of Mark and I.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that. We'll see you next week.